Welcome to Life in Abundance with Pastor Joseph from Forward in Faith Ministries. Pastor Joseph shares the secrets to enjoying the life that Jesus made available for you and I. Life in Abundance. Enjoy and be inspired.
This week's message is entitled, It is for your good. It is for your good. We are taking our reading from the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 28. That's Romans chapter 8, verse 28. The King James Version reads, And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. Let's read it again from the Message Bible. The Message version reads, That's why we can be so sure that every detail in our lives of love for God is worked into something good. That's why we can be so sure that every detail in our lives of love for God is worked into something good. We are talking about it is for your good. There are times in life when what we are going through, what we are experiencing, seem to make no sense. There are times when we feel that we deserve better than what we are experiencing or what we are getting. There are times when we feel that life is becoming very unfair. It is in such seasons that many people lose it. Many people lose their tempers. Many people lose their minds. Some sink into worry, depression, despondency, or all kinds of ailments. And some, in such instances, they make decisions and choices which are not really the best. It is said to note that such times are inevitable in life. There will always be times when we can't make head and tail of what is happening. You may be going through such a time or such a season even right now, a season of difficulty where you are wondering, why am I being treated this way? Why am I not getting the job? Why did that person, that loved one, choose or decided to leave me? Why is this business not performing the way I would have loved it to be? Or why is the breakthrough taking so long? You might be going through such a season where you are questioning yourself all kinds of questions. It may not make sense in the season or in the time, but the scripture we have read here assures us that if we love God and if we are following his purpose and his will, everything will work out for our good. See the conditions. If we love God and if we are in his will, we are following his will and his purpose, everything will work out for our good. Let me remind you of a story in the Bible, the story of Joseph. Many are quite familiar with this story. Joseph had a dream, had a vision of becoming a great leader. But when he was sold by his brothers, actually when he was first thrown into the pit by his brothers at the age of 17, he could not understand, and it could not show that this was the beginning of his journey to the palace. When he was sold to the Ishmaelites, he could have thought, why is trouble coming on top of another trouble? When he was sold to Potiphar, he could have thought, or everybody could have thought, that this is the end of his life. There is no hope for his dream, no hope for his vision. Worse still, when he was put in prison, we could have said, this is a write-off, this is done. The vision is dead, the vision is not going to come back to life anymore. But see this. When all this was happening, when he was thrown into the pit by his brothers, when he was sold to the Ishmaelites, when he was sold to Potiphar, when Potiphar's wife lied on him, when he was put in prison, all those pieces, they eventually worked out for his good. We cannot make sense of the process, but we must always stand on these two things. Do you love God? Are you following His purpose and His will? If we satisfy those two conditions, love for God and making sure we stay in His will, stay in His purpose, guaranteed, all things will work out eventually for our good. You may not understand it right now. Don't worry, therefore. Just take heart and be strong. Keep on keeping on. Just tell yourself, it will work out for my good. God bless you and have a blessed week. To meet again next week. Keep living life in abundance.